Frogs, known for their unique and captivating appearances, come in a variety of beautiful species from around the world. Here, we present a brief introduction to some of the most stunning frog species. 1. Yellow-banded poison dart frog. As the name suggests, these frogs produce and release toxins. Most experts believe that these toxins are somehow taken from the arthropods, mostly insects and spiders, that the frogs eat, although they aren't sure exactly which ones help produce the toxins. Interestingly enough, these dart frogs are also fairly loud, and they are capable of making trilling calls that sound like bird calls. 2. Wallace's flying frog. This odd-looking frog has an especially efficient means of traveling between trees. It flies using its large, webbed feet. It can sometimes glide up to 50 feet. Its bright colors and gliding ability have made it a favorite among wildlife photographers. 3. Ranitomia reticulata. These frogs are tiny. They are part of a species grouping of dart frogs called the thumbnail group. But be careful, they are highly toxic to humans and can kill some smaller animals if ingested. Like most other dart frogs, they obtain the toxins they use as a defense mechanism from the insects they eat. Though they are difficult to keep, they are sometimes raised by experienced keepers of dart frogs. 4. Malayan horned frog. These unusual frogs have horns that look like the tips of leaves above the eyes. Those horns help them to blend in with leaves and forest floor debris. They also tend to make this frog look grumpy in head-on photos. 5. Cowca poison frog. While the cowca frog is not endangered, it is one of the frog species on the list considered to be vulnerable to extinction. It has a limited geographical range compared to some other species on the list, and its population is primarily threatened by loss of habitat due to deforestation. 6. Cinnamon frog. These beautiful frogs may not be as famous as poison dart frogs, but they nonetheless add a burst of color to forests in tropical and subtropical areas. Though cinnamon frogs have a wide geographical range, they aren't especially common within that range. Currently, they're considered to be near threatened. Most of that threat comes from the clearing of forests for both agriculture and logging. 7. Lehmann's poison frog. The casual observer would probably recognize an illustration of Lehmann's poison frog as a poison dart frog. However, this species is now critically endangered. It can sometimes be found in captivity. In this state, where it doesn't eat the insects it derives its toxins from, it's possible for it to become entirely non-toxic. 8. Amazon milk frog. When you first take a look at this pretty, pastel-colored frog, you might think the milk in its name comes from its whitish color. But it actually comes from a milk-like fluid that the frogs release when they feel stressed or threatened. They are fairly common as pets, but they need optimal humidity to thrive. 9. Ornate Pac-Man frog. This frog is commonly called the Argentine horned frog. It's a popular pet that's relatively easy to care for, and its bold nature means that it's usually fairly comfortable with being handled. 10. Mimic poison frog. As the name suggests, this frog's coloring is very similar to that of other more poisonous dart frogs. This is a significant evolutionary advantage, as predators are more likely to avoid this frog if they have had a bad experience with a similarly colored species. While the mimic poison frog is still toxic, it is much less toxic than many other species. These frogs seem to breed well in captivity, and they can often be found in the pet trade. 11. Beautiful mantella. The beautiful mantella is an especially striking frog species found in Madagascar. Though it is not currently endangered, it is classified as being near threatened. Its population is mostly impacted by loss of habitat, but it's also possibly collected for the pet trade. That said, it isn't as common as some other frogs in captivity. 12. Brazil nut poison frog. This flashily colored frog gets its name from the fact that its tadpoles will often grow in small pools of water in the husks of Brazil nuts. Unlike some other species of poison frog, its range is somewhat difficult to detect. Because it is dark in color and lives among leaf litter, it can sometimes be undetected.